Welcome, brothers. Welcome, sisters. Welcome to our program, On Target. Once we start that program, you're free to pick up the telephone and express yourself. The number to call is 442-0175. We're on RealFM 91.9, 91.5. We're on We Noise FM in Brooklyn 94.9. We're on YouTube and Facebook. And you can put us anywhere you want. Share us. Subscribe to the program. And like the program. Even if you don't like the program, share it. Because some of your friends may not like it too. So share it. Provide it for them. This program is an opportunity for you to express yourself. We express our opinion on any issues, regional, international, or local. And always remember, opinions are not facts. They are people's opinion. Everybody kind of prejudice. We are not perfect people. We all fall short. We're not perfect. So we prejudice. So if you're walking down the street and you hear Grenada, one time, if you're in New York City, you hear somebody say Grenada, your ears turn up because you're from Grenada. Some people, if they hear something about black, they start to talk about racism. And where the politics is concerned in Grenada is more acute. We have two political parties here. The NDC and the NNP. That's the two main political parties. The NNP on the 15th, in the next couple of days, will have the convention. And expected to evolve from the convention is a new leader. The previous leader has been there for about 30 years. Very, very successful. In fact, he's the most successful politician in Grenada. And where leadership is concerned, Keith Mitchell and the NNP is the most successful political party in Grenada and the Commonwealth. They have flogged the NDC on 3 occasions, winning all the seats. That is not easy flogging. The National Democratic Congress won 11 seats. In 2008, 11 seats. And less than 5 years later, they lost all the seats. Something has to be wrong with that political party. Every time they have been given a chance, they do the same thing but worse. And the people give them a chance again. So it means we have a serious number of people in Grenada that really like NDC. So every now and then they give them a chance. But they have disappointed us. There are many questions we need to ask. And one of them is the 100-house unit in Carriacou. It was built for the low-income group. People who do not have permanent jobs in the higher economic grouping. People who cannot face the financial institutions. Low income. And government has devised a policy of rent to own, lease to own. You don't have land, you don't have nothing. But you could pay rent $300 a month. So you could own the house. It was built for the people, yes. People were selected for it. The NDC came in power and removed the keys, rescind, take back the authority the people had to enter the house. And irrespective of the fact that you had a hurricane, the NDC find the houses too good to give the people of the lower income. They consider these group of people classless, commoners, beggy. I have difficulties with that. And it disturbs me. Because it seems a lot of Grenadians support the NDC to act as a vulture on the poor of the poor. We are hearing that these houses are earmarked for people in the diaspora, the NDC supporters in the diaspora. This is a crime. It's a crime. It's heartless. And I could only describe it as evil. The GDB Bank regulations was bestowed in the bank since 1973 to deter, to prevent, to discourage politicians from taking advantage of their position and take loan. So if you was a politician, member of cabinet, member of the government, a director of the board, you and your immediate family were not able to benefit from the GDB Bank. It has nothing to do with whether you were qualified. It's an insurance policy. It's a safeguard put there to close the door to corruption. 1973, under Eric Machugiri, the NDC come and they flaunt the law with impunity. And they take massive loans from the bank. That is an economic crime. And there's a lot of people in Grenada who used to walk around the town speaking about morality and transparency and good governance, that's supporting the NDC to flaunt that law. Look at what took place in the National Lottery. The National Lottery was established in the Revolution. Bishop followed St. Vincent and started the National Lottery. We have never heard about so much corruption in the National Lottery. Prior, we heard about sex issues. Man and woman working nearby. And they have difficulties controlling the urges and temptation. But massive corruption. So much so that it shocked the minister that he decided to fire the manager or the chairman of the board. The letter was rescinded, take back, and the minister was fired. It means that the prime minister is complicit or he is involved directly or indirectly. Look at again. You have senior members of the National Democratic Congress. The Prime Minister name is Colin. The Minister of Finance name is Colin. And another heavyweight, Andrea name is Colin. That they are agents selling passport. The government refused to clear the air on that. Now, how could you be the chief cook and bottle washer? Who is going to guard the guards? The Prime Minister, the Minister of Finance have to be the signature to authorize. They're authorizing their own business. That can be. Every time you believe it can get worse, it deteriorates. Look at the Somora agreement. The Minister of Finance was vociferous, vehemently against the signing of that agreement. He said it would contradict the Constitution. That is an extremely strong statement. The Prime Minister said he didn't read the document. He didn't read it. So he taking issue with a Catholic priest that made some comment of it from Trinidad. The Prime Minister hastened to say that church and state is separate and morality is a private thing. So it definitely means there is a third party directing our independence. This could never be right. If the Prime Minister, the government, and the Minister of Finance is not directing our foreign affairs, then who is the third party? And when you believe it cannot get worse, the Prime Minister sneaking in Nigeria. He was chastised by the governor of Lagos. He said, you come in secretly. We know you're riding around with a businessman, a rich businessman. But you do the right thing now after 2 days. That was a brutal diplomatic chastising. Even the Prime Minister's children must have bowed their head. The Prime Minister neglected to inform Foreign Affairs in Grenada. Why do I say that? If he did, Foreign Affairs would have informed Foreign Affairs in Nigeria. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good day, sir.
Yes, my brother, welcome.
I just joined you because I was not close to you, but I don't know if I interrupt a good...
You can interrupt my program, man. Anytime you call, you're welcome.
Now, I have a problem. And I also want to ask a question. I want to know why, because I listen to a activist, not only an activist, a host of the National Democratic Congress Party. And instead of they focus on what is going on, they're studying about NNP, Kit Mitchell, because we have so much problem facing us in this country. And talking about NNP convention, in fact, this is a government of distraction. They want to distract the people from what is going on in this country. And that is madness. The Prime Minister promised there will be 500 houses per year in this country. Now they're saying that cannot be possible. So much impossible lies are calling on Grenadians who are ears to hear, who are eyes to see. This is one of the most incompetent government since 1967. And I have no apology in saying it. Because I see government come, I see government go, and this is the first time in the history of this country I see such thing. And some people tell me they're afraid to speak. I want to know if we have what you used to call counter, long-term counter. You know, if they find you say something against Bishop, you come like a counter, so you expect to be locked up. But I had them run, I didn't have them say nothing against Bishop.
You're afraid, so you run. You're afraid. You're afraid, you run.
Yeah. So, Mr. Pierre, we have a problem. We have a fundamental problem. And this is what the people should listen. Not about NNP's well. NNP have no in fighting. The people is not fighting. But they're trying to distract Grenadians and say, because they know they have a DNA in always fighting. I remember the fighting in 2008. And they're wishing us bad. They're wishing this party bad. But I want to say to NNP supporters, don't be distracted. Do not be distracted. Our party is stable and well. So all members who listen, just listen.
Yeah.
Listen. The only answer to this country is NNP. You don't have to like Kit Mitchell. You don't have to like the NNP. You don't have to like NNP. You don't have to like Evelyn Pierre. You don't have to like Peter David. But the only answer to this country is the new National Party.
Yes, scholar, thank you.
I thank you.
Yes. The NNP supporters have to understand. You can't tell NDC what to see. And if NDC could help to create confusion in your party, well, it's not bad politics. If they could help to create distraction, then it's not bad politics. That is some of the two-edged sword of democracy. You can't tell NDC, don't criticize or don't interfere in your business. You can't do that. Well, you could do it, but that don't make no sense. You better you well informed and could provide justification and reasons and reference in responding to them. The NDC is hiding. They claim that information is based upon need to know, and they're hiding. The government selected Mr. Forrester as ambassador to the diaspora, and nothing is wrong with that. Mr. Forrester is qualified for the position. But Mr. Forrester have to understand, he is not ambassador to the NDC. He is ambassador for everybody. He is not responsible principally for raising funds for NDC. He is ambassador to all Grenadians out of Grenada. And he have to behave like that. Otherwise, it means that the NDC just calling him a name, but he's an agent of NDC outside there. We look at the contracts. The previous government and was responding to the whole structural adjustment program and to avoid corruption and to detour the members from being corrupt. A contract of no more than $15,000, no minister could have authorized. Deacon expanded that to $100,000. There is rumors around. One man get a contract for $92,000. He subcontract the contract. And the subcontractor finished in 4 days. We had tales that somebody was given a contract for $52,000. And at the end of the contract, they paid him $700 for the days he worked. 7 days pay. So because Deacon opened that door from $15,000 to $100,000, he makes it more attractive for corrupt elements. You have the rumors of government minister running up hotel bill in excess of $30,000. When a minister leaves the country and travel on government behalf, they are given a podium. So if government have to go back and pay the hotel bills, something is wrong. And that minister was traveling with a spouse at government expense. We see the regularity with which the prime minister travels. Africa and Dubai and St. Kitts and St. Lucia. The prime minister hardly ever spent 2 weeks in this country. Then it will be better, it will be wiser, it will make more sense that the prime minister take the position of Minister of Foreign Affairs. He has practically emasculated the Minister of Foreign Affairs. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, in local parlance, is like a mama pool. You're just there. He's a mama pool. And when you do that to an individual, you are affecting the constituents. The people of Shantimel, and Celeste, and Montreach, and Montrule, and Hermitage, proud people. You take the representative and you domesticate him and making him a public ridicule. In my opinion, this is disrespect for our people. Unless you believe that the people in that area is classless and you could do them what they want. This is a government that campaign. The main issues was transformation, dramatic change, significant change. And we believe that change is for the best. But all the time the Prime Minister and the team was campaigning on that principle, they were lying to the public. They had no intention of transformation. It was restorative justice. The Prime Minister and his team deceived the country with a massive lie. That is unacceptable. And I have more difficulties with the NDC individuals who cannot explain why did you say it was transformation when you knew it was restorative justice. When they are cornered, they attack you personally. Every time, I have not met one NDC member yet, not one, that prepared to discuss or provide explanation why the Grenadian public was deceived. You told them it was transformation, but you had absolutely no intention to transform anything. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, scholar, welcome.
How are you?
Great, man.
Right. Mr. Pierre, I have no problem with NDC concern about the NMP camp.
You're a little low.
I have no problem with the NDC thinking of what is happening in the NMP
You're
camp.
correct. Yeah.
And that would happen and will happen all the time. Because they want to make sure that the more NMP get weak, is it better for them. And that's their right. They have their right. But I'm not impressed with how some of the NMP behaving also. And I think we have to straighten ourselves if we want to see the benefit of that party. Dr. Mitchell leave a hole in the party, but that hole can be filled. What we have to be concerned about is letting the party remain alive. And I'm sure wherever Dr. Mitchell will be, he'll still consider himself as a Grenadian, so he can help and will help to let NMP rise. NMP is the only organized party in Grenada. It's the only party that can say they have funds to build a home. They're the only party that continuously having their convention. And every convention before, Dr. Mitchell was up for grabs. And the people supported it. They supported Dr. Mitchell. But in every convention, Dr. Mitchell's position was exposed. Nobody filled it. Now today we have two candidates, and I think we need to see more cooperation from the NMP people. We as NMP should be cooperating more instead of confusion among ourselves. The two persons that are going up as candidates, they both have illegitimate rights from the NMP body. They are members of the NMP. It doesn't matter how they come in. Some say them come in, some say that is nonsense. We accepted them in. And once they have not broken any laws within the gangs of the party, they have a right. I am concerned about the growth of NMP. That is my concern, to see NMP go after the convention. Whoever becomes leader, I want to see that party grow, because I have confidence in that party. So I hope that we will change. Those that are thinking the other way, will change some of the thinking. And remember that NDC will always criticize, because we criticizing them too.
Yeah.
So they will always criticize us.
Yeah, nothing is
That's
wrong.
their right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes, nothing is wrong with we interfering and they interfering, and nothing is wrong with that. They would love to see you crack up. And you don't mind when they crack up too. So nothing is wrong in their interfering in your business, as you call it. Dave says, my business too. Sometime I change my mind and support the party. Remember, Black Wizard say, inside NDC is a lot of NNP. But, yes, Scholar, welcome. Yes, Scholar, go right ahead.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes.
Mr. Pierre.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Coming in like they're talking about like, oh, he's a member. Yeah, he's a member. But if you build a house, you have a house, and you take somebody in the house, and they want to come and rule in your house, what do you think you go do?
Well, once you bring them in your house, they become a member of your house.
But they're supposed to have respect for you in your house.
Yes, but if there is a place for leadership in the house, when you bring them in, you bring them as a family member.
Yeah, well, they
have all the rights as other members.
Yeah.
So when you call a family meeting, if the family say they want them to lead you, you have to give them a chance.
Yeah, you have to give them a chance.
Yeah.
But if they say they don't, if they decide they don't want you,
well, the family have to vote for that. Because it's a democracy we're dealing with. Sometimes it's hard.
Yeah, well, I just asking some questions.
Yes, sometimes these things are difficult and hard, but when you accept members, they are member, they have the full right as any other member.
Okay,
and what we have to seek that the procedure is fair, say yeah, who win, and the party rallies behind who win.
Yeah, well, yeah, we know that. But let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Mr. Pierre, if I find, like, let me tell you something, honest to God, I find that race is not fair, because some people fighting dirty and some they by the side quiet. But let me tell you something, in spite of everything, Grenadians know who, and the delegates know who they go put and who they go vote for. You understand? And I live in that word for the day. God said, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. Yeah. You understand? So no matter what the outcome, that will be the leader. Yeah. Okay? And have a blessed day, Mr. Pierre.
We have to believe in the democratic system. We have to be a tolerant people. We have to prepare to accept criticism. For instance, I am on radio doing a lot of criticism, expressing my views and opinions on a lot of issues. But if as a result of that, you beat up my child, that don't make no sense. We have to learn. If we want to develop this country, the NNP have 40 years as a party, and the NNP must see themselves as a political institution. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon. How are you?
Great, man.
Yes, I just calling to make a little comment concerning Mr. Kibina.
Go right ahead.
He's a gentleman I like a lot, but the other day he told a lie, and I hear nobody mention it. I listen to all program and never hear about it. Concerning Keith Mitchell, he said Keith Mitchell sell a plane. But I can remember talking to Mr. Arlene Walker. And Mr. Arlene Walker, if you're listening right now, calling and say, if I'm telling a lie. Arlene Walker told me that that was a cabinet decision. So everybody was saying he sell a plane because he was Minister Communication and Works and maybe Aviation or whatever. So Mr. Arlene Walker was the one I questioned because he was part of the cabinet, yeah? So when I asked him in 2008, I asked him right by Uncle Tilly office in Grenville, I asked him that. Yeah, because I was doing some work right in Uncle Tilly office. Yeah, and he told me that. So I don't know where they come back with this plain talk because there was a cabinet decision. So how one person could sell a plane? You understand?
Yes.
So Mr. Pierre?
Yeah. Well, I was in Parliament.
Yeah.
I was in Parliament when it was
decision,
said it was a cabinet.
So Mr. Bola, I lose respect in him when I heard he say that because he didn't describe. He said Keith Mitchell because he could have more than one Keith Mitchell because he phrased the thing properly. I listened to him. You understand what I'm saying? So he's a gentleman I lose respect for.
Well, you know,
I used to like him. I used to like to hate talk and things, but since after he lied, I realized I don't like his attitude, and he mustn't do them thing on them because you want to get at somebody, but you just tell a lie and try to put that out for people to feel lies true. So that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I remember they sitting in Parliament when this issue come up. They claim it was a cabinet decision, but Keith Mitchell was the Minister of Communication and Works. Yes, caller, welcome. Yes, we lost that caller. He was the Minister of Communication and Works. And just for a joke, around that time there was a heated discussion in Parliament. We even hear who go in Brazil and dance with a man. Yes, caller, welcome.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, my brother. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I did, man, I did.
Yeah.
Hey.
You listen to your radio. Don't listen to the device in the back.
Oh, okay, right.
So,
yeah,
so
that's pick you up, man.
Yeah.
But going up there and I hearing you, man, I could appreciate your comment you just made there a while ago. You know what I mean? The idea of, you know, all of us is hypocrites, man. All of us, you know, and politically, no, are they away from it, you know? Are they quite in the road?
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey man. Yeah, Irie. Yeah. Are they in the road? They are doing some travel work, and I hear a man talk about KB. But KB is my good friend, but KB owed me something, and he must try to remember and organize me, man, because I need something, man. You know, 1 foot I have a day in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
And I'm doing travel work right now. You call me travel. I prefer that. I'm maintaining 200 yards of road. A piece of road was slipping, yard slide, all kind of different things. So I'm working hard, you know, say.
Yes.
I ain't getting from no government. I ain't joining with nobody to condemn, jumping on no bandwagon and condemn no politician, because all politicians to me, even religious ministers and whatnot, all of them to me is the same blasted thing. I am outside. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Yes. So the government, and yes, caller, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Pierre, good afternoon.
Yes, my brother, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, I listened to an interview with the Attorney General, Minister for Labor and Legal Affairs this morning, Claudia Joseph. And there are some real puzzling things about comments or statements made during that interview. She was asked about the state of pension reform issue, what stage it is right now. And she said that they are preparing legislation to be brought before Parliament very soon to have the pension law, a new pension law placed in the legislation where 3% will be paid by the government, 3% by the worker, so that when you retire, you get your money. That is a question that has been hanging for a while. But a critical and important thing about that issue is to what level consultation has been done relating to that. Because I heard Brian Grimes just about 2 weeks ago by now said that no consultation has taken place between the union and the government relative to that issue, that kind of an issue. So I'm yet to understand what is it she really was trying to say this morning. On top of that, the government had set up a committee to look into the pension scheme. Now, the purpose of a committee is to study the subject matter and present a report. You hear nothing about a report having been presented by the committee. But you hear now that they are going to present laws in Parliament to change the scheme of things. There's another big question that hangs over that as to how legal that could be, because the 1958 pension law is what governing the whole situation right now. And then you're going to put another one. Now, she is claiming that there is no law in Grenada that forbids what they are trying to do. Because she is claiming, and basically that's what the law says anyhow, that any effort to change pension, to have pension reform, it should not disadvantage the original idea. So that the benefits that the workers are going to be having now, it shouldn't be less than what the old pension law says. But the thing is that there is no consultation, especially with the union, the general public, although she's claiming that they met with them employers association and a whole set of groups that she pointed out. But we need to hear now from Mr. Grimes and people like him as to what she's saying, if it makes any sense in the given situation. And it seems like they're bent on and insisting on going through with that process. And all I'm seeing again is that high-handedness, that arrogance by this administration, and people need to wake up. People need to wake up and see what is actually going on. I sometimes imagine, had these people gotten 15 seats?
Yeah, they made kill people. They're very arrogant.
Yeah, man. The level of arrogance.
Yeah.
And then you have guys like Socioeconomic and them sit down inside there, and you don't hear them.
Lunatics and idiots. Only that is
that going on.
Yeah.
Nah, man, this thing is overbearing.
Yeah.
Grimes pointed out that they have not had consultation with them on such an issue. And then again, you have the drawing close to completion is the whole issue of statutorization of the hospital. And I keep asking the question too, are we talking about statutorization of just the hospital or the healthcare system? Because you have all these medical stations throughout the country connected to the whole issue.
The government have 11 seats, 10 seats. and they could do what they want in Parliament. The opposition could complain. They decided not going to give any answers, no excuse, nothing. So the government is very arrogant. They flaunt the law with
They do
impunity.
everything.
And thank
They
God
do
they don't have
everything to
15
disrupt
seats.
the presentation by the opposition all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this people need to have their ears open when it comes to this kind of thing. This kind of attitude and high-handedness that they are going about things with would never redound for the betterment of this country.
Yeah.
And in that given pension situation there, I want to see what the unions will really do about that whole issue right now. Take care, sir.
Yes, scholar, thank you. A very important point. And sometimes when the point so important, better you make one. The government deceive the country. They say we go pay the pension. After the previous government decide not to challenge the matter in court, and let's sit down and discuss how we're going to work it out, they kill the discussion. And they meet the money, they squander the money. But listen to the language, the utterances, the expressions of the hierarchy of the National Democratic Congress. How could you call Grenadians classless? Yes, scholar, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, scholar.
Mr. Pierre, I agree with the caller who talk about the briefcase. Because I remember a time Francis Alexis had said that cabinet sold the plane. So I don't know where KB come up with this second saying about Kit Mitchell selling plane. One man can sell a plane. So KB better know what he's saying in him out. Thank you, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, that's it. This plane thing is an old issue. A very old issue, but I guess these things will come up. So you see like a government, and the government seems to put themselves in a different social class. But I am baffled at the amount of Grenadians that believe they're in a different social class from ordinary people. So they say they're classless, beggy, commoners. Yes, scholar, welcome. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Hey, Mr. Pierre, what's up, man?
Great, man.
All right. Well, no, I was just wanted to have a little discussion regarding the upcoming.
Raise your voice a bit. Come in, Lou.
You hear me better now?
Yeah, last part, yeah.
Yeah, I was saying I would just want to have a little comment on this, the upcoming
Convention?
Yes, the upcoming leadership of the convention.
Right, go ahead.
Yeah, the situation is that there is two leaders that emerging from the NMP, which is Peter David and Miss Emily Pierre. And I feel personally the process has to be the process has to be. You hear me? Hello?
Yeah, you're a bit low, but go ahead.
The process has to be fair. I mean, Peter David was from another party, and then Kit Mitchell take him in, and from then he still was in the party. He still is in the parties, okay? And he wants to be the leader of the NMP. I don't see anything wrong with that. Peter David served NMP good. Any way Kit Mitchell put him, he go and he did a good job. Now, for some of the people saying that he want to come and take over the party. Well, whoever win, the party is theirs. If Miss Eminem Pierre win, the, the party it belongs to Miss Eminem Pierre. If Peter David win, the party belongs to Peter David. For long, Kit Mitchell is not long again. Listen, the party, the NMP has to realize that this this thing is bigger than one man. It's not a one-man show.
Well, as it stands now, the two people that will be vying for the convention, the election for leadership, is Emlyn Pierre and Peter David. That is the only two people that vying. I think the question is, there are some people who publicly show preference for the individual people. And Kit Mitchell seems to have shown public preference. And some people taking issue with that while they showing public preference.
Well, to me, if I look at it, I look at it that way. Kit Mitchell is the man that carried this party for 40 years, right? And by he taking preference, they know. You should wait and see who emerged as the leader.
Well, there is a matter of... watch me.
And then he endorsed them.
We have a little group to choose the captain of a cricket team. And some supporting this one, some supporting that one. That is the democratic process. Look at the America election when they wanted to choose between Trump and other people. So it's the same thing that going on in Grenada because...
Well, no, but the situation with what happened with the Democrat that Biden take too long for you to quit.
Well, why you say it take too long for him to quit? It's the same thing. What in Grenada?
By the time
in Grenada, you don't have term limit. There is no term limit. When that went to the referendum, it was rejected. So you don't have time to quit. Kit Mitchell say you're in. He voluntarily quit.
Okay.
Kit Mitchell voluntarily decide not to go back.
Oh, right.
And the two people that vying for the leadership, different people in the party showing their weight behind different people. But some people seem to be annoyed that Kit Mitchell showing weight behind somebody. Nothing is wrong with that.
Well, Kit Mitchell, as I said though, being as he's the man there, And
Kit Mitchell doesn't stay quiet. He go express his views and opinion. And in Grenada context, we need to do that.
Most of the people kind of want to follow Kit Mitchell lead. Whatever Kit Mitchell say goes. And it shouldn't be that way.
But remember, in all fairness, Kit Mitchell have done human service for this political party, and he has been more successful than any other political leader in Grenada and the Commonwealth.
Well, okay, right.
So obviously...
Not everything Kit Mitchell does it make a right decision though.
That is why I said he has been more successful than any other political leader. You're not perfect.
Right. I'm not going to argue that part, but I'm saying to you, not everything Kit Mitchell does it make a right decision.
And another correction is not Kit Mitchell that accept Peter David. The party accept Peter David. The political party, they have the executive, they have the system. Kit Mitchell might have encouraged him to come in, but the party have to accept you. And if the party have fundamental issues, they're walking away.
But if Kit Mitchell didn't endorse him to come in, he will not get in there.
Well, how Tillman didn't succeed in doing that? You remember when Tillman and choose the cabinet, they just walk out and nobody with Tillman? Why happening in the NNP And he can't help me in the NDC.
No, but listen, the NMP have a little bit more discipline.
A lot more discipline, not a little. They're more democratic.
What?
They're more open.
But no, what I'm
They're
saying
more
to you, as a leader,
transparent.
they respect Kit Mitchell more than the other than Tillman Thomas.
Because he's more democratic.
Respect.
He-
Yeah, but what you saying about you with respect?
the
What
Tillman-
I'm saying though, Kit Mitchell have a lot of swag. Kit Mitchell have a lot of swag in the party.
well, that's what make him a good leader.
So, but yes, I'm not saying that he's not a good leader. This is not what I'm saying though. I'm saying to you,
He should stay quiet.
huh?
He should stay quiet.
No, not stay
Maurice
quiet.
Bishop
What I'm saying to you,
abstain.
what
We
I'm
vex with Maurice Bishop
he has a lot of
for
swag, as I
abstaining when
told you,
they're
he got a lot
talking
of
about
swag
joint
in the party,
leadership.
right?
Leaders must not
There is
abstain.
good leaders. There is good leaders right now. These two leaders are good leaders, which is Pierre and Peter David.
So after the
And you should just
15th,
stay quiet
let's
now
see.
and let the process run out. Because
Let's
it's
see
just
what
two
would
leaders
happen after the
and who's going to
15th.
come out.
Let's see what would happen after the 15th.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Let's stay, because two of them,
Alright.
two of them are good leaders. Two of them are good leaders.
Yes,
So that's what
scholar.
I'm saying to you. Let the process make work his way through.
Yeah.
And whoever wins, he
But
has to
in, but in all fairness to you, the majority of complaint was not from NNP side, you know. It's NDC that complained.
But no, but I heard a lot of NMP people saying that
The majority of complaint come from NDC.
communists and all of that. I don't know where they're getting this stupidness from.
All right. Yes, Chief. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. By the 15th. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Yes, sir. Good
Yeah.
morning.
Yes, my brother.
Why are you folks getting so upset? Dr. Mitchell is a member of the party. He's a citizen of Grenada. He have a choice. He also have a part of the constitution duty to play. Why they don't want him to play? He shouldn't shut his mouth up.
They
He
want
has
him to
his
shut up.
preference too, and he use his preference.
Yeah.
So why they getting upset? Why they getting out of their clothes? All right, have a good day.
Yes, and Kit Mitchell normally give his, he expresses some of his, yes, scholar, welcome. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Hello. Yeah, I think the gentleman before would have made some mistakes, you know. The party, number one, the party doesn't belong to
Yeah.
to Kit Mitchell,
Now you belong to.
right? The party, I am a member of the party. Once you follow the rules, you pay your subscription, you are a member of the party. And you can stand, once you have good standing, once you are qualified enough, you can stand for the job as political leader. Dr. Mitchell, as I said, has ever been people never...
They never challenged him because he was effective and good.
Nobody have
Satisfying.
Therefore, he remained the longest serving political leader. And if he's going, anybody that stand in good health and good educational wise, character wise, they have the right to apply.
And he that say he going.
And he had say going.
Yeah, he don't know. His.
So this is nothing. So this thing about Dr. Mitchell,
And he have a right to support who he want.
he have a right.
Like everybody else, come on.
But some of the things that might be said, I don't think you have a right
They
to say.
attack,
Right.
they attack Doc relentlessly without justification. He have a right to defend himself.
Well, that might be so. You have a right
Well, it's
to
a
defend
fact.
it. But anybody wants to stand for the leadership of the party have the right also to
Of
stand
course.
for the leadership. Right?
Yeah, they don't have more right than him.
Right.
Yes, scholar.
I hope we know that.
Yeah. So we're coming on to the end and we can take one or two more calls. Yes, caller, welcome. Turn down the device in the back. Don't listen to the device and speak to us. Punch. Yes, caller, welcome. We lost that caller.
Yeah, Mr. Pierre.
Go right ahead.
Yes, Mr. Pierre.
Yeah, go ahead.
The speaker before this two speakers there. He beat all around the bush just to say one thing. He's a supporter of Peter. He's just going around the clock and keeps on say that and keeps on say that. Everybody had the freedom to say what they want to say. I don't know why they're beating up themselves, so just running them out and getting on and making things look as if things so critical in the party. You know, I hate to hear them kind of thing. We're going to do what we have to do, and we're going to do it in the fullest of our talent. We will just do what we have to do.
All right, Colin.
I don't understand them. They're just running them out and getting on.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Anyhow, have a good evening, Mr.
Yes, and here's the last caller for the day. As I'll just round up on these two topics. I take the strongest objection to Deacon Mitchell and the other members of his team considering Grenadians as classless and commoners. And when they are challenged, they decided not to answer that. And some people start to call you stupid and dumb and dunce. In fact, it's difficult for you to have a conversation with a strong NDC if this fractious and demeaning and insulting language is not used. I take objection to that. I want to register the strongest objection to Deacon Mitchell inciting violence against the opposition. When he made his statement in the interview, he was inciting violence. And I'm disappointed that more Grenadians didn't challenge him and more other members of the NNP did not challenge Deacon. He ought not to incite violence. We have enough violence in politics in our Grenadian history. From Pharaoh come down, we execute Governor Ninian home. About 12 generals of Pharaoh was executed in the market square. Grenada had the first assassination of a sitting minister in the region. That was Innocent Belma. Maurice Bishop and them get some lash. What you call Bloody Sunday. After they pass a warrant, sign a warrant for the arrest of the sitting prime minister. Maurice Bishop's father died in a violent manner. Leslie Pierre said he was friendly fire. But Maurice Bishop accused Gary police for killing him. Maurice Bishop and his ministers was executed on the 4th. And the 4.5 years of Bishop was the most violent period in Grenada after slavery and colonialism. No leader in Grenada must incite violence and get away with it. And we're back with you again tomorrow between 12 and 1, and you have an opportunity to punch.